this third period as well. So an opportunity for 3, maybe even a 4-point trip. Here's a Burrell corner 3. No. They'll settle for just 1 point. 48-35. Rashawn Haylock, Mary Murphy, Nikki K rocking the sidelines. Here's Aaliyah Boston. She was scoreless in that first half, took just 2 attempts. Cunningham on the drive, runs into there, and here comes Atkins the other way. Atkins off one leg, too strong, gets her on, out to Plum. Tries to spin against Billings, hits the deck, and Billings back the other way. Here's Mo Billings, a burst. Billings, no. Sparks looking to push. Here's Atkins in the front court. The Euro against Boston, and we're gonna get a whistle and a foul.
And you mentioned Boston did not score in that first half. So Indiana goes into halftime with a 14-point lead, and Aaliyah Boston has had 2 field goal attempts and has not scored. That's how well they shot the ball in the first half.
She just picked up her 3rd personal here. Atkins coming over in the trade from Chicago in the offseason. 86% foul shooter a season ago.
Cut the lead to 11 by shooting a couple free throws.
Clark, nearly a turnover. Mitchell runs right to it, and she's fouled on the attempt. And look out, Mitchell.
And the other leg.
A little shaken up here. She was 3rd in the league in scoring last year, averaging 20 points per. 78% foul shooter last season as well. Makes the first one. Her next week, she's seeking a PhD in educational leadership.
I mean,
to be a student athlete. She's seeking counsel from her teammates for some help, Leah Boston in particular. She said, I'm done with my schooling. Boston doubled here, the handoff to Clark, nobody sees her.
So I guess what you're saying is we'll be calling her Dr. Point.
She's expected to complete the program in 2028. And Burrell in a bit of trouble, regains the possession. Attacking baseline here is Hamby, out to Plum, open for 3. And nothing doing there.
Down the 3-point attempts for LA at this point.
Clark, pick and pop with Cunningham. Right back to Clark. In the corner, Mitchell, in and out. Rare miss from her tonight. Rebound ping-ponged right back to Billings. Double team, finds a cutting Cunningham, who gets the layup.
Atkins is just struggling to get 3-pointers to go down.
Let's send it over to Nikki.
Well, joined now by...
Today is amazing, and to have a crowd like we have tonight, you know, I think our team, the Sparks, we're going to get better as the season goes along. We got a lot of new faces. Everybody's trying to come together as a unit, and Chelsea's one great thing about her is she's respected around the league. Players want to play with her, and that's the key, right? When you have her, then we build from there, right? And I think that you'll see Nneka coming back, giving us some leadership. That was important. Hamby is here, who plays hard. She had a great year last season. I'm sure she's going to have another great season. Then we signed some other free agents, Ariel. So, but I'm happy with the direction of the Sparks. We're going to keep building it so we can get back to a championship organization.
Seeing Nneka in purple and gold, it just feels right.
Yeah, I mean, she should want to retire here. We wanted to retire here. And the crowd, everybody in LA loves her. And she's so smart. And this league is exploding right now. And I can't wait to see where it's going to go in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years.
I got one more for you. In your career, do you remember having to pick up and learn on the fly with a new group of teammates and what that experience?
We played together. You know, it took us all the way to the last. What I do is keep working hard in practice, keep our heads up, keep being a confident group of ladies game. And, you know, you sing, you dance, and you watch these ladies compete. One thing about the WNBA and the Sparks and all the...
Thank you so much, Matt.
All right, everybody.
Thank you, Nikki. Thanks to the great Magic Johnson, greatest point guard of all time. Here's Ogwumike falling away, and that bucket goes.
Get all the different parts to meld and work together. And not just on the defensive end, on the offensive end. There's a lot of work to do, obviously, for this LA Sparks team. But could not have been put any better than Magic just described the situation.
I remember that 1991 team. Nobody thought they would go far, but he was sitting baseline. Our seats were all the way up at the top. It was me, my brother, and my dad. I said, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to surely will never forget.
But Rashawn, the thing that Magic Johnson did for basketball, and I mean, women's, any basketball at any level, the joy that he played this game, he made basketball feel like it was fun. And you just wanted to get out there and play and have that same kind of fun. And it's a beautiful thing. And I think you see a lot of players today emulating that style.
Yeah, he brought so much joy to the game. 5 on the shot clock. Ogwumike down the paint, lost the handle, scooped up by Billings. Numbers the other way for the Fever. Here's Billings running the floor. The kick out, Harris underneath Hines Allen. 18 assists now on 23 made field goals.
And they're coming off a disappointing first game loss. High scoring affair at home. But terrific passing by this Indiana Fever, finding the open player.
I think something else Magic said as well. Perspective, right? It's new faces, a lot of new faces a little bit tonight. A little bit too unselfish at times, and players kind of learning where their teammates like the ball and want the ball. But you know one thing, Lynn Roberts is a fantastic offensive mind. This offense certainly will get going. Got Ebony Hoffman running the defense. Will certainly come together. Here's 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Dantas tied up. Nice play there by Cam. Scoops it up. Brink on the attack. Shovels to Wheeler. A cutting Ogwumike and foul from behind by Dantas. It's the energy you like to see from Brink on the defensive end. That's where she can certainly change games.
And it's just a game tonight than she did in just her 8 minutes on Sunday afternoon.
8 points now for Ogwumike. Time on the WNBA's defensive rebound list. Gets, man, it's going to be against Hull going the other way.
Just wasn't quite set. But Wheeler is out there, still has not scored in this ball game.
That's going to be against Ogwumike. That's been a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it has.
Injuries, I should say. You start to extend beyond that point, they're going to nail you. Clark. The foul goes against in the opener. So haven't shot it well in these first 2 games, but the Sparks not shooting it well from 3 either tonight. But there goes one from Cunningham.
First one in the second.
Going to be out for the remainder of this game with a head injury. They saw her got hit in the head in that 3rd quarter. And she will not return. Here's Hamby, nice spin and nice finish there from De'Erica.
We've talked about this. Shooting just high efficiency.
Final 9-10 of this ball game. An opportunity to try to make a dent here with both Clark and Mitchell on the bench for Indiana. Oh no, here's Mitchell in the ball game. Clark on the bench though, however. Burrell. Another unforced error there. Turnover number 17.
Play.
It's the unforced errors that have been especially damaging here tonight. Mitchell blitz, deflection there by Gray. Cunningham deflected that into the backcourt. No call, 3 seconds on the shot clock. A heave from Cunningham, caught out of the air there by Hamby. Hamby in the front court. Hamby burling her way to the cup and called for the offensive foul. Sophie personal against D'Erica. 8:15 left. Clark back into the ball game. It's Clark, Mitchell, Hull, Timpson, and Billings on the floor for Indiana. Cunningham going to head to the locker room now. After we just saw her bounce her head off the floor. Here's Billings, poked away there by Hamby, into the hands of Agumake. And nearly a black backcourt violation there. Sparks may have gotten away with one. Meanwhile, here's Plum down low. That pass goes right into the shin of Hamby. And a timeout taken here by Indiana. 18 of 45 from the field for 40%. Just 2 of 14 from 3. Just 8 assists on those 18 made field goals. Lynn Roberts has talked about the ball finding energy. Haven't been able to do so tonight. Clark, meanwhile, off balance, gets that one in. 6 helpers. She's not made a three-pointer, however. 0 for 5 from beyond the arc. Plum leaves it. Hamby. And she'll get to the line.
You know, it's been a pretty even second half. Indiana scored 25 points, LA 21 points. But it's the 7 threes they made in the first half.
So Hamby with 6th leading scorer in the league last year, 9th in rebounds. She was tied for 4th in the league in steals. It's been just fantastic here during her time in purple and gold. Boston can't get the bounce there. Offensive rebound, kick out Mitchell. That 3 clanks off and rebound for her first field goal tonight. Unbelievable. Plum falling away. That's good. Kelsey Plum now with 17.
LA gets it to 14. Can they get
6:30 left here in this one. Mitchell working against Gray. That one hits off the side of the backboard. Gray the rebound. Nobody running with her, so she'll look for Plum. Mitchell read that, but deflects it right to Burrell. Attacking baseline. Skip pass deflected out of bounds. LA will have it with 13 left on the shot clock. Ty Harris in as Mitchell exits.
all game?
Ball inbounded to Hamby. The handoff to Plum and a foul here against Hull. 6 to play here in this 4th quarter. Burrell against Billings. The crossover off balance and off the window. Ray Burrell.
Long time. Now can you build the momentum and get another stop?
Clark for 3. Can't get it that time. Hamby, the hit ahead to Gray. Gray blocked there by Boston.
That was a rookie lesson right there, wasn't it?
All day. Hull. Here's Billings. Boston wants it. Burrell with the deflection out of bounds. Boston had the seal. She was calling for her for about 10 seconds down there.
And doing a really great job defensively.
He certainly has. Here's Harris curling and getting the bucket. So it's back up to 14. Plum, the crossover. Plum, the blow-by. Back to 12 as we approach 5 to play. Sparks got to start putting some stops together here. Clark wants a screen. Boston obliges. Clark against Hamby. Short quarter Timpson. Back to Clark. Her 3 on the way, and that's good. Her first triple of the game. Comes with just under as it pushes the lead back to 15. Plum, meanwhile, the other way, dazzling. Clark wants that high screen again. Trying to work downhill against Hamby. Leaves it. Timpson. Ball deflects. Timpson staying with it off the window and good.
Boy, that's a definition of staying.
For Michaela Timpson, second-year player out of Florida State. Approaching 4 to play.
Great rotation by Boston.
14 foul against Indiana. Plum scoops it over her head. Plum. Boston, the handoff, Clark, turn in the corner. Clark underneath, throws it right to Wheeler. Numbers for the Sparks if they want it. Here's Wheeler, leaves it. Ogwumike to spin, the left hand, no. But a foul. Line to shoot 2. First foul shot is good. Aaliyah Boston just fouled out of the game. Made field goals. Her impact was impressive. She's a +10 in this game. Had to commit a foul in this quarter. Indiana is in the penalty. An opportunity here for LA to be aggressive on the offensive end, but got to get some stops here, Mary. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Billings, off balance, and a late whistle here with just 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and Billings will be at the line.
And she did the smart thing, right? Just get into a shooting motion and try to get right up into the body, and she draws enough contact to get the whistle called.
The premier free agent acquisition for this Indiana Fever squad. The Southern Fever uniform gets 1 of 2. Free throw tipped out of bounds, and it's 3-minute mark. Here's Wheeler. Ogwumike puts it on the deck. Here's Brink in the corner. Attacking baseline, shovels Burrell. Brink with the foul. 2:45 left. Clark. Brink showing. Clark. That shot blocked, but Billings there, offensive rebound. Rebound tipped by Timpson, saves it, or no, she didn't. Out of bounds, going to be LA basketball. So an digits here with the bucket for LA. Wheeler across the timeline. Cam on the slip, Cam the tough catch and the nice finish. Wheeler the find and the Sparks within 9. Clark, speed dribble. Clark right to the 10. Burrell. Here's Plum. Brink wants it, middle of the paint. Brink, drop step, Brink up and in. Back to single digits. Crowd starting to come alive here. Here's Mitchell. She's had a fantastic night with 22 points. Misfires there. Anna is in the penalty. Here's Plum against Cunningham. Behezi, Plum in deep. Plum in and out and back in again. Timeout, Indiana. LA within 7. Under 2 minutes, so that means the Sparks just 1 foul to give here. Remember, the second foul in the last 2 minutes, you shoot free throws. Indiana already in the penalty. Clark. Looked like a push-off, didn't it? Looked like another one there, no call. 5 on the shot clock. Clark hits the deck, turns it over. Here's Burrell with it in the front court. Brink the trailer, they don't get it to her. Cross-court pass, Plum, 3 on the way, short. And Timpson there for the rebound. Eyeing the clock. Clark, poke from behind, but out of bounds. With 7 seconds left.
Cam had rotated into help position, but the ball goes right between her legs. She just couldn't get there. It was like a goal.
They couldn't get it to her. Out to Clark. 6 on the shot clock. Clark with it. And a foul here. Foul charge to Wheeler.
Clark saying I was in the shooting motion.
Clark not going to win this argument, but 14 seconds on the shot clock. The Sparks here, maybe you got a foul. Here's Mitchell, the lob on the inbound. That back door has been so effective tonight for Indiana. They get another one. Mitchell now with 23, a team high. Here's Burrell, the leaner, that's good. 22 ticks left. Sparks down 85-78. Shot clock is dark. So if you're LA, you got a foul. Indiana could just milk this. And we have 40% mark. They're going to finish this game shooting at about 49%. Actually shooting a higher percentage than the Fever. Fever
Quarter 11 of 13 shooting.
But on a night in which Aaliyah Boston game, Indiana going to pick up its first road win of the year. This one goes final. 87-78 Fever. Sparks fall to